Hi everybody, it's Diana with StampingWithDi.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Santan Valley, Arizona. And I want to welcome you to this week's Teach Me Tuesdays. And we're going to do a fun card. I hinted at this card last week, so hopefully once you see it coming together, it'll remind you that I had mentioned it. So I also need to remind you that celebration is almost ending. So it ends the last day of February. Hi, Stacy. And so you want to make sure that if there's any celebration items that you're wanting, if you are looking to get the free DSP, you want to make sure that you join my team before the end of the month. So if you have any questions in regards to that, make sure you let me know so you don't miss out on that. Celebration for years, as long as I can remember, always was 3 months. So I think when it ends in 2 months, there's going to be a lot of people. Hi, sister. Hey, Deborah. There's going to be a lot of people surprised, right? They're going to get up March 1st. Hey, Rhonda. And maybe they're going to think they can still order. So no, it ends in February. So don't forget about that. All right, so let me spin the phone around and we'll get started with today's fun card. All right, so hold on. Let me spin you around. There we go. And of course, I always have to mention the Hostess Code. So here's February's Hostess Code. So when you're placing an order with me, make sure you use the code. Unless you are in one of my stamp clubs, then you have your own private code. Or if you are ordering over 150 before tax and shipping, don't use my code because then you'll get your own Hostess benefits. Alrighty? Okay, and then here's just a quick little thing that I mentioned about the DSP. So if you have any questions at all, make sure that you let me know. I hear, Mary, that it's pretty cold in Canada right now. I was talking to my sister and Marcy, and I didn't drive while I lived in Canada. I mean, I might have drove a little bit, but I kind of went right from high school. Then I started working where I didn't need a vehicle. And then I met my husband and I got married. So I didn't really drive much till I was married, and we moved to Arizona. So I think the only time I really drove in the wintertime was when we lived in Illinois for a while, because that's where Jeff's family is from. And I managed to put the car in the ditch. So there you go. I don't drive if it's snowy or slick weather. So how sad is that? Okay, so here are the stamp sets we are going to play with today. And Marcy Jackie says she's been out shoveling all day, and that's not really healthy for you. That's dangerous. Okay, so we are going to be using Hey Birthday Chick. And I was so mean, I sent Marcy and my sister pictures of our nice sunny front yard, and we don't have to shovel the sun. Okay, and then I'm also using the From All of Us. Now this is such a cute set, and if you look at it, if you pay attention, these fonts are the same. So it goes very, very well together. Plus, just the line art of the critters complement each other a lot. And we're also using Hey Chick. And then this is a different font. In fact, I prefer this font. But this is a stamp set that they brought back from a long time ago, so they kept it as is. All right. I'm also going to be using the layering squares and the chick dies. And I just put a little slip of paper in, hi Ann, hi Bonnie, in with my die because I have them all jumbled together. So some of these might not even belong in there, but it doesn't really matter right at this moment. Okay, so let's get out my little piece of paper. So this is just what I'm going to be coloring on. And I have my little critters all stamped, all ready to go. And then I have 1,000,000 Stampin' blends. Okay, well, not really a million, but I have quite a few. All right, so we are going to scoot down just a little bit so you can see better. And we are going to start coloring because there's a lot to color. All right, so we have, this is just Granny Apple, and I'm going to make the grass underneath my little critters. So this is just a dark Granny Apple. So I was telling Marcy I moved my desk around. So things are laid out just a little bit differently. I think a little bit better. But of course, I moved some things. And now I told my sister, I said, oh, I can't find my ruler. I bought this really, really cool ruler that will help me measure, not with dits, and I have put it somewhere. So it's probably underneath a piece of paper. All right, now this is a light Granny Apple, and basically I'm just making a ground area underneath. Let me turn my marker around. Let's see how good this side is. There we go. I use the other side so much that it's just habit. All right. So we are just moving this around because I just want some grass underneath my critters' feet. All right, now that color will blend a little bit as it sits. I'm going to put a little shadow here underneath my, whatchamacallit, oh my gosh, ostrich. It's an ostrich. All right, so now I want pool party. I grab my pool parties. Now, I've been having a blast with my pool parties because I have so many. And some are good and some are dry. Just because when I used to do classes, I bought so many of them so that each station had its own marker. So I have markers, like oodles of them. So I've been trying to use them up, so I'll get one that has a lot of ink in it and ones that don't. So this one is almost ready to go. So this is just a dark pool party, and I'm just coloring it around, and I can tell just by the way it's coloring that this one is soon to go in the garbage. But like I said, I have so many of them. And now that I don't have classes in the house, I don't need to order as many as I used to. I mean, I used to order so many. All right, let's try this one. Yeah. I used to order so many because I wanted everybody to have, when they would sit down at the table to make their make and take, I would want that bucket or whatever, that shoebox. We used to put everything in a shoebox, all the supplies. I would want that shoebox full of everything they needed for that card. I didn't want them to have to go and borrow from another table. So I would order oodles. So now I don't have to do that, which is pretty cool. All right. So till I get them all gone, I have blends all over the place. All right, so now this is a light pool party. So some of them, like you can see this one. So this one was used and abused. Look at that poor one. The tip is just because, you know, when people use your things, people aren't as careful, and it's just habit. I mean, if you rent a car, you should, but you probably don't treat that rent-a-car like you would your own. And that goes for the same thing when somebody uses somebody else's craft supplies. And it doesn't mean they're a bad person at all. All right. But I'm just using that up. And I'm moving that color around. This is just basically filling it in. And Bonnie, you don't drive in bad weather? I don't either. All right, well, luckily we don't live where there's snow. So, okay, so there we have. Now this will spread out a little bit as that fills in. Let me get that right there. Okay, I think that's it. So doing this is good, right? Because then it makes me go through my markers, and then I don't have 100 of them laying around, because then I go through them and find out which ones are good and which ones are not. Now this is pumpkin pie, and I'm going to color my little ostrich a little different than I have in the past. Usually I give the ostrich a little pink beak, and this time I'm giving her an orange beak. And it's going to go down her neck a little bit. I also want up here on her sexy little legs a little pumpkin pie up there as well. And then I'm going to take my Flirty, and I'm going to go up and I'm going to marry those two colors together. And it just changes the look a little bit. So as they go together, whoops, and I went out a little bit, but I get that little spaz on my arm. Okay, so there we go. Now I also want to put, how fun to be on the team. Oh, I know, right? We always have such fun names like Flirty Flamingo, and most of all the colors all have the same letter on the, like Daffodil Delight, Pumpkin Pie. I mean, and I think it also helps us remember the name of them. We have like Poppy Parade, Granny Apple Green, stuff like that. All right, so there we go. Let me put a little Flirty Flamingo here, and a little Flirty Flamingo here, a little Healthy Glow on my monkey, and a little bit on my, now this turtle, I swear, he's up to no good, that little guy in the corner. Just that look on his face. I don't know what his story is, but it's something. And we might have to put him under the light and say, where were you Saturday night about 3 a.m. because we found some extra shells laying around, and I think it was you, because he definitely has trouble on his face. Okay, so that was dark smoky slate. And then I'm going to take my dark gray granite and add a little bit more. So I pretty much color my ostrich body the same. And we have an ostrich farm, probably about an hour from our house. That is so fun. Hi, Debbie. It is so fun to go to. So I'm assuming it's open right now because it is an outdoor place. So I think they're able to, you know, socially distance and all that kind of stuff. All right, so let me put some going gray or gray granite on the nose. And then I'm going to go back and add just a little more dark on here. And a little bit on the nose. Okay. Then I want to, where is my, let's see here. Okay, light crumb cake and dark crumb cake are going to be on, I want to make sure you can still see as I wiggle this around. I'm going to put the dark gray granite. So the shell of my turtle, Mr. Up to No Good Turtle, is going to be kind of like browns and greens. And his little foot back here. All right. Then the light. So we can like wonder, what has he been up to? Just because he's just kind of got a rascally look. I would love to be in the room when the artist draws stuff. Because sometimes I would say, oh, I would like this different or that different on certain things. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that when you see a stamp set, you wish, oh, I wish it had this, or I wish it had that. So you definitely want to make sure, whether you're a demonstrator or a customer, just let them know. And I don't mean be mean about it. I mean, just, you know, you could always drop an email and just say, I would love to see blah, blah, blah. Now this was Just Jade, dark Just Jade, and light Just Jade. And I love the Just Jade color because my niece is called Jade. So I love that we kind of almost have some family names in these. I know I've talked about that before. Okay, so we've got our little turtle colored. Then, let's see, I have my cute little, is it a parrot? I think it's a parrot. I'm always calling him the wrong thing. A falcon. Oh, the ostrich has that look. See? She's got that look too. Maybe her and the turtle are in cahoots. They've been up to something. Who knows? Who knows? Yes, if you sell $1 million, now that will be a while. I've not quite at the 900,000 yet. But you get to design a stamp set, and I don't know. I don't know what I would do because, you know, as your life changes and stuff like that, like you might think, oh, I would do blah blah blah. But then when it happens, your life might be different. You know, like we have the chickens and the ducks, and I always thought, oh, I would do like those kind of sets because we're like country folk. But now we have the cute chickens. So I don't know. And maybe by the time they do that, or I get that, maybe they won't even do it anymore. A toucan. That's right. Like the Fruit Loops guy. So then this is the light petal pink. Just to finish the snout of the bear. And the face of the monkey. Even that monkey looks kind of like a little scamp. All right. Put a little bit of light on their eyes, just so that they're not totally without color. Oh, and you know what I did forget? I forgot to put a little pink on the belly, and I love the big belly on the bear because it's been a good winter. And they've got their belly full. All right. So then this is that dark petal pink. So if anyone has watched me color, and if you've watched one video, I'm sure you've caught me color because I do have a little bit of a coloring problem. That's all I seem to do. So anyways, but I always put my petal pinks and my Flirty Flamingos together. They just blend so well. But look how pretty that Flirty Flamingo and the pumpkin pie blended. That looks cool too, right? You can't really mess it up. All right, and then let me do the light. Finish my bear with the light. And this one's almost up too. So I'm kind of glad that I'm almost getting some of these markers where it's time to get a new one. Because, like I said, I have so many of them, and I have like 2 shoebox fulls of my spares. And let's see. And it'd be nice to get down to one shoebox. Okay, so now we're going to color our little monkey. And this is smoky slate. See? Sometimes the 2 S's kind of mess me up. So this is soft suede, not smoky slate. Okay, so this is soft suede, our little monkey hair. Up the tail. So I'm just kind of doing lines because that monkey would be I'm sure he's not brushing his hair regularly, so he'd be a little rough looking. And then you can kind of see those lines, because this is the light soft suede now. So you can see those lines, those darker lines underneath the light. So you can tell that he's got hair there. I've never seen a smooth monkey. Not that I'm a monkey. What would word be? I don't know what the word would be. But, okay. So then let me finish my little toucan. So I'm going to put a little, I believe this is a daffodil. Is that what I grabbed? Nope, mango. This is the mango melody. So I'm putting a little bit. Now, whether there's a bird with these colors or not is beyond me. But on my card, there is, because we can be our own artists. Let's see. Oh, I'm a chatterbox for sure. All right, let's see here. I love telling stories about the critters because it's fun. All right, so here now I'm just going to color the bear, and I'm just using bronze. So bronze and ivory are the ones that stand alone. So all the other colors come with a light and a dark, but bronze and ivory come just one bronze and one ivory in a dual pack. And they are great skin colors. But I love the look of the bronze on our bear. All right, so let me turn this around. So I usually turn the thing around. Just make sure you know what you're coloring. Because if you have something turned upside down when you're coloring, you can by accident color something that's not supposed to be colored. So that's kind of why I do the background first. Because then all I know is like, I know it's just the bear now. But if I'd done the bear first and I turn it upside down, I might have colored in there. Because when you have it upside down, it doesn't really look right. So by doing your outside first, you're kind of helping yourself not make boo-boos. And believe me, you don't want to mess it up after you get it colored. Although the color lifter is pretty good for boo-boos. All right, so then I'm just going around. And hopefully you're not going, why didn't you color this ahead of time? And I was going to color it ahead of time. And then I thought, you know what? I really like our lives because I feel like we're all friends. And we're doing it together. Even if you're not stamping at the same time, we're still visiting. All right, so we're almost done the bear. Forget this leg over here. Okay. Now you're probably thinking, all right, that's cute, super, super cute. But I thought you said, oh, yes, Mary, use the bronze on the bear. And look how cute it is, because I want my bear to be a different color than the monkey. So it works out perfect. And then I want my monkey and my bear to be a different color than my turtle. So then that's where the crumb cake comes in handy. Okay, so I said we were also using the hay chick. So let's bring her in. Now this is Phyllis Diller. Now we actually have a Phyllis Diller duck, but this is the Phyllis Diller chicken. So all of our critters have names. And it's usually a TV show. So over the years, we've had Mary, Rhoda, Phyllis, Georgette. So you can kind of tell what kind of shows I liked. All right, so this was light purple posy. And then dark purple posy. And it just kind of, it also is easier to remember. But we have one gray duck, and she has a crest on her head, which is this big floppy poof of hair. And since we never did get any frizzled chickens, which is what this one is here. This is a frizzled chicken. Because I always was going to call my frizzled chicken Phyllis Diller because of the crazy hair. But we never did. We never got any. So when I got the ducks, and that one had that funny ball of feathers on her head, I was like, you know what? We're going to have a Phyllis Diller duck. So, and she is crazy in the head. And then later I found out you kind of don't want that on their head. But, you know, it is what it is. Because sometimes it's not a good, they can maybe not be healthy. But she's fine. All right. I mean, she's a wacko, but we love her. Okay, so this was just a petal pink. And then I'm going to get my light. Oh, no, it wasn't. That was a flirty, sorry. Now I'm getting my light petal pink. And I'm just going to color in the rest of my chicken. So I love these colors together. So this is a very Eastery kind of looking color combination. All right. So look how those blend together. Oh, I love it. Okay, so we have our cute little chicken. So let me get all my blends out of the way. Excuse the rattle. All right. Okay, so let's get these out of the way. And then let's get our card over here. So we are using crumb cake. So I have my crumb cake card. And I'm also using the ice cream paper, the ice cream DSP. I think I have used so much of this paper, especially the sparkles, and it's got the ice cream behind it. So we are going to be doing an over-the-border ice cream bundle class in March. I need to look up, not March, April. Because March is this spring social. But I need to look up the date because I'm just like gabbing. All right, so let's do the inside of the card too. So this is going to be the inside. So we have a piece of Whisper White and then just a little strip. Never throw your strips away. It's always nice to decorate the inside of your card. And it's a little bit longer, no big deal. I just trim it off. And if Marcy's watching, she might even have the calendar out, but I'm pretty sure it's April. All right. So we have this. So this is going to go on the inside. And since this is sparkly birthday cake, cupcake paper, this is going to be a birthday card. So while I have my card open, this is the happy birthday that comes from the Hey Birthday Chick. Yes, Hey Birthday Chick is where the happy birthday comes from. And I'm just going to stamp it down here. And that gives you plenty of room to write, you know, blah, 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 blah. Love you, miss you. Okay. I also want to stamp on here. Now, what does this look like? What does this look like? Oh, April 24th. Thanks, Marcy. All right. So this, to me, is a photo frame. And years ago, we used to have a die that made a photo frame. So what I did was I just cut my paper. And I was laughing at my sister because I bought a special ruler and I can't find it. All right. So this is 3.5 by 4 1/4. So this is 3.5 by 4 1/4. And then I just took one of my square dies and I cut this out. And now I have, it looks like a photo, like a photo frame. So we're going to make a photo card. All right. So before I get this all going, I want to put my greeting on the outside. So this is from all of us. Let me put it up on here. So it's just that paper by itself. So from all of us, all right, and I can close my pad. So let's start putting our card together. All right, get my little mouse pad out of there. So we have this cute little card here. Then we have these guys here. So they're gonna go here. But we have this fun little chicken. And she was late for the party. I mean, look at her. She had to go get her hair cut. Now, this does have a die, and I did use the die to cut it out, but I want it to be a little bit closer than the die. So I'm just quickly using my scissors. It's super easy to do because the die did all the hard work. I'm just going in and just getting in closer, but the die did all the basic work. All right, so we're just going in and around. I love that purple. And they just have such personality when you add that fun color to them. Like they've been to the salon. All right, so we're going to go around. And you're like, you could have cut this out ahead of time. And I probably could have. But it just shows that it doesn't take that long. All right. So we're going up into the hair. And I have to get my hair cut next week. All right. Oh, I know, Shannon, me and my chickens. But they're so fun. They have such personality. But yeah, so I'm going to get my hair cut next week. So you can tell my hair was cut so short the last time that I think it's been over 2 months of growth before I needed a haircut. So that's pretty good, right? All right. Cut, cut, cut. And I always close the door when I start my lives because Jeff comes home. The scan and cut machine, I bet. But I don't have a scan and cut. And normally, I wouldn't be cutting this like this. I would just leave it as it is. But the card I'm doing, it's kind of, you do want to cut that out. So if I wasn't making this kind of card, I would leave that border around there. I would not be cutting this out. But I just wanted to have fun with this card today. All right, so I'm going to go up. And when you see it, you'll go, aha, that makes sense that you're cutting that out. I know, I always in my head go, oh, should I get one of those? But I'm so confused. Some people say they have whatever, and then you look for the model, and you can't even find that model, so I'm pretty much Stampin' Up! Only stuff. All right. Cut that out. And I do believe we are done. All right. So before we do, we have all these little pieces all over. I just want to take my, so whatever I colored here, so that was the gray, or the Highland. So I'm just going to kind of touch my tips. So if there is still a little bit of white, it will be less noticeable, as well as my, purple posy. So if I touch my tips, it's not going to be as noticeable that there's a white area. And then same with here, where there's like a little pink. I'm going around that and around that. And it's just going to soften that white line. All right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to bring her in here, and she is going to be about here. All right, so I'm going to take my glue dots, and I hope I don't rip her head off. Wouldn't that be something? Get her all cut off, and then I rip her head off with the glue dot. So just hold her neck. That sounds bad, but it's true. All right, so we put glue dots all on our little chicken. And then that's going to go on here. And she's going to go about here. And I want her kind of cattywampus. All right, so she's there. So then what we're going to do is close your ears, plug your ears as I'm cutting her legs off. But I promise she didn't feel it. She didn't feel it at all. Okay, so that's going to go on here. So now I'm going to stick this on the card. So that's going to go on here, kind of crooked like. And then we're going to take our photo, and these are the adhesive strips. And they come long strips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my adhesive strips and I'm going to put them on my card like this. And you probably can figure out what's happening now. That's going to go on there. Give me another strip. Peel it off. So then I want another strip along here. And it will go down to here. So we're just putting a bunch of these adhesive strips on our card. Because we are not quite at 900,000 in sales, and I need everybody to order adhesive strips. And I need to order adhesive strips. Isn't that mean of me? I'm just kidding. But please, if you need anything, you know where to find me, right? If you need any Stampin' Up! Stuff, there you go. That's where you can get it. All right, so we have our cute little photo dealy bob. And I'm peeling all of these away. Now you could probably do this with the dimensionals too. Just trimming the side of the dimensionals would work. This is just quicker. All right, and then I'm going to stand up to do this. All right, because I have to look through the phone. All right, so now we have this, and we are going to put that over the card like that, and just give it a little push. And now you have made a photobomb card. Because look at her. But you know what will make it be even cuter? Let me see. You're going, oh gosh, I can hear her cutting out stuff. Let's see. What would make this be even cuter? Yes, it's a Polaroid. Isn't that funny? All right. And that little chicken, even though she was late for the party, you're darn tootin' she wasn't late for the picture. She barely got in there. And look at all that time I took to color the turtle and his wild-eyed, crazy, guilty look. You don't even see him in the picture. All right. But this is going to finish it off so good. All right. So what do we need? What do we need? I'm like looking all around for my you like that, Deborah? All right, so let's see here. Let me get my little thing going. So what have I been putting on things lately? Who needs a hat? Who needs a hat? So I couldn't decide. Yes, hon, my sister Jackie, she needs a hat, but I couldn't decide. I could not decide who got the hat. I mean, look at them all. So I almost put the hat on her because it would look adorable if the hat was on her. But I love her hairdo, right? And I'm thinking, she just spent $200 at the salon. No way is she putting a hat on. No way. But that monkey, he needs a hat. And I loved the hat on the monkey because it made it look like a boy. He looks like he's definitely from the Bahamas or something with the hat on. But anyways, so yeah. So I didn't even show you that I also used Shark Frenzy because that was kind of a little surprise at the end, right? So here's the card I was looking at so you can see. You know, I always do it ahead of time and then see, you know, if the difference in the live and everything. Now you can see the little bit of difference in the color on Phyllis. So I didn't put the purple over here on her little tail feathers. So there's just a couple little things, but so anyways, but hopefully, you know, you enjoyed that. You enjoyed the live and you like the cute little card. I love making fun cards. So, but anyway. But yeah, that hat on the monkey. Oh my gosh. So, and it's just that shark set will be, it's going to be one that I will keep forever with the chickens. Because there are some stamp sets I never get rid of. I never get rid of them. So, and I may never use it again, right? Like it might just sit in my cupboard because I tend to just use current stuff. But then there's that time where you just going to want to put a hat on something. So, but anyways. All right, so that is my Teach Me Tuesdays. I want to thank you so much. If you are new to my channel, if you're watching on the YouTube replay or the Facebook replay, welcome. Make sure you subscribe and make sure, I would love some thumbs up. And if you are watching on the Facebook or Hearts or whatever on YouTube, I really love a little bit of interaction. And I'm glad I made you laugh. It's just hilarious. It is funny. So everybody's been photobombed. And you might even be photobombed and not even realize it, right? Till you look at your pictures later and there'll be somebody in the background even, doing something. So at least she was right there in front of it, that Phyllis. So, all right. So I'm going to stop blabbing. We will see you tomorrow for my What Ya Making Wednesdays at 2 o'clock Arizona time. And that is on my YouTube channel. So make sure that you're over there. If you are watching the YouTube right now, make sure you subscribe. And then when you hit subscribe, this little bell thing pops up and it shows all something. So if you click all, whenever I upload a video or go live, it will let you know. So Stacy, try to do that. Because I know, like you said, that sometimes you have trouble finding where I'm at or whatever. So definitely, that always helps me find the people that I subscribe to. I always get like a little ding on my phone, and then I know, somebody's going live. And if you can't join live, at least you can watch it later. But I hate for you to miss out if you were just twiddling your thumbs, right? At home, not really doing much of anything, and you could have joined in the live. So those are always fun. All right, so I will, like I said, see you tomorrow, and have a great night, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Bye for now.